There's a story that I just broke on social media. I had no idea who this person is. I had no idea about who this person is. So I'm on X and I see a Scotty post something about this troll, one of Meghan's biggest troll being arrested. I had no idea who she is because I don't engage with these hate accounts that attack and abuse Harry and Meghan. I have many of them blocked, so I did not know. And then I'm like, wait, who is this person and why are they arrested? And then I find out they were arrested because of S-work. S-work. Did you guys hear that? S-work. And of course, I went to her account to see what is she about. And I was like, oh, hell no. The vile things she says about Harry and Meghan are disgusting. She is the same person who accuses Meghan of yachting. Accuses Meghan of the same thing that she was arrested doing. And here's the thing, a lot of these derangers, a lot of these trolls, most of them project on Meghan. They are vile, disgusting people. They hate how amazing Meghan is. They hate how successful Meghan is. And they look at themselves and they're failures and they're miserable, they're disgusting. And they just decide to hate on her. So they project whatever it is they have going on in their lives or whatever vile, disgusting things they do onto Meghan. Because this woman, clearly, she literally, and mind you, she's a tarot reader. So that just screams con to me. I mean, I know there are very good tarot readers out there. Shout out to you guys. But this particular one you get my point. You get my point. So this woman apparently was arrested. I mean, that is good karma. That is good karma. And then on top of that, you have the UK media still begging and plotting and scheming ways to have Harry and Meghan, especially to have Meghan go back to the UK come 2027 during the Birmingham Invictus Games. So these are two stories in one. So first, let's get to business. The first story about this witch being arrested. So there's a squaddy who took to X and posted that. So since she's not a very famous person, you cannot get the records of her being arrested and whatever. I think it's just some people who know her said it on Reddit. There was just this talk on Reddit, but because she's not, you cannot get a hold of the mark shot or whatever. That is it, privacy and all. So she, Meghan, Duchess of Advocacy, took to X and said, I had this Meghan hater was arrested for pay. At her big old age, she needs to find Jesus and go sit down somewhere. That woman. Yeah, that one. Mind you, this, by the time I was making this video, I had 21,000 impressions and people kept talking about it. And I was like, okay, what's going on? Let me see what's going on. And I'm like, boom, karma. As I mentioned before, Meghan's ancestors are not done. They're still making rounds and they're going to come for each and every person who's made a girl cry, has made a girl abused, attacked, lied on her. The truth is coming out. Meghan said the truth is coming out. So you can hide it, but look how despicable this is. This is a woman who's attacking another woman constantly. And mind you, she's never met this woman. She does not know this woman, but since it's easy to hate on her, to jump on the hate wagon just to make money, she decides to do that. Then behind the scenes, she's just a different person. She's the one accusing Meghan of the same things she's being arrested for, guys. I'm not going to put that all the bullshit she says here because we're not going to do that, give her that time of day. But I wanted you guys to know that she was arrested. And honestly, karma. Meghan's ancestors continue doing that thing, continue knocking on each and every one of these derangers and these trolls' doors. You don't get to attack a woman who's just living life, married a prince, just is a mother, wants to make the world a better place, has never done anything wrong to you. So yeah, this is what is happening. And she got arrested. So the comments are brutal. I will read them. But secondly, let's get to my next story. So you have the UK media again, desperate and obsessing and plotting for ways to have Meghan back to the UK during the to have Meghan back to the UK for Invictus. So a lot of tabloids kept running this story. Meghan plotting ruthless move to win back UK public. You see what I'm saying? And then another one was like Meghan Sussex plot shock return to the UK. And then like Meghan plotting shock return to the UK to play Prince Harry's trump card. You see how desperate they are? And then it's like the Duchess of Sussex is predicted to return to the UK by attending the Birmingham Invictus Games in 2027 amid speculation of a reconciliation with the royal family. How many times has Meghan, especially Harry, said that he has no intention of bringing back his family to the UK? They're never ever going back to the UK, especially without security. And of course, it's 2 years, like, it's really crazy how Birmingham, the Invictus Games are happening in 2027. We're in 2025, guys. But the way they are obsessing over this and fabricating lies, and mind you, we're 2 years away, it's sickening. And I know 2 years is a long time, so anything can happen in between. But again, I'm like, So you desperately you are the ones who are plotting by lying to people and finding scheming ways to convince your readers that somehow Meghan is going to be attending the Invictus Birmingham 2027. Honestly, I've seen a lot of people say, hey, Meghan, we don't want you there. Kindly do not go. Do not attend. You should not be there. Don't ever go back to that toxic royal institution. They've said that a couple of times, so many times. But somehow these idiots will never accept that. They will always find ways to fabricate stories so that they can somehow think or hope or gaslight their readers into thinking that Meghan and Harry will be attending. Meghan is the last person who wants to set foot in that toxic institution, in that toxic country. She's the last person. And I think if it gets to 2027, she would rather applaud and support Harry from afar. I don't think even Harry will even want her to go. She'll just stay at home with the kids and cheer and applaud them from home. But of course, let them continue dreaming. So now the Netflix hit pieces are not doing now. It's like, okay, let's go back to Birmingham, to Invictus. Meghan is going to attend. Remember, even the Birmingham CEO was begging Meghan to attend. They just want access to continue bullying her. That's it, guys. That's it. And they're desperate. They're so desperate. Especially now that they don't know Harry and Meghan's next move. They are so, so desperate. Anyway, guys, back to the first story. Here are some of the comments about that witch being arrested. So you have Marv says, many of the women that project their miserable lives and bully Meghan are escorts and P's and brothel madams, many of the lowest grade. And then people like that part. Rice says, I guess if she had picked cards for herself instead of Meghan, she would have seen that coming. So true. Sinchik says, are you serious? Laughing emojis. And then Doom says, she is a lost cause to find Jesus at her age, old and still deranged. And then No says, that corner does not work. Just trying to avoid that area. Sorry, what corner does she walk? Just trying to avoid that area. Not Buffy says, is this any surprise? The Meghan haters are PO at their life choices and take out their anger at their circumstances on hashtag Duchess Sussex. And then Mona says, she's really overdone that chick filler. Then Marsha says, all of them wish they have even a fraction of Meghan's life. That's the reason for the insane jealousy and hate. Of course, they can't fathom how a black, beautiful woman was able to marry a white prince. They somehow think, let's say, if Harry and Meghan were not married, that they are the ones who will end up with Harry. Continue dreaming. Continue dreaming. Then Rhoda says, oh, only losers hate on Meghan anyway. Not so shocked. Let me start. Oh, only losers hate on Meghan anyway. So not shocked. The Duchess' existence is a daily reminder of how much a failure they are. Especially despite being white and given unearned privileges, they still seem to fail woefully at life. And then Toranga says, wait, Tarot by Andy was selling coochie? And Sage laughs. And then Yin says, these are the women accusing Meghan of being an escort stroke yacht girl. Yeah, the same woman. Because she's been doing multiple hate pieces accusing Meghan of that. So yeah, guys, I wanted to give you that update. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm Merald. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.